Television. My name is Owen Izaga. You're welcome for the Whistle Time live on your screens. And I would say it's another probably sunny day. Very hot. The temperatures look to be rising around 34 degrees. That is too hot, you know. So for those who are watching, I know you should be having AC near you, trying to chill around. Maybe very many told me most of the times now when they tune in, probably they undress their shirts to see that they at least get the breeze, and that's how it is. Most especially the ones that that is Champion Betting Center. I know you're doing a very great job, probably doing a lot of things that are right there. But I want to thank you so much always for watching, for following, and probably keeping it hooked to West Nile Television, the only television in West Nile region that we give that gives you anything relating to, that is, the world of sports. Now, a couple of sports stories are running right about now. You talk about the local scene, you talk about the international scene, you talk about the national scene, you talk about the continental scene, and all these things are just all together wrapped up, and we'll be looking at to how this works out. In case something is not working out, then we shall also be making sure that title pushes in there. But a lot of course, things that we shall be hoping to see. One of them happens to be in the world of rugby, and then of course the football also goes on right there, and then you talk about other sports disciplines that are coming in there. The Uganda Premier League is coming back, the FUFA Big League is coming back. Talk about the English Premier League is coming back. The Champions League, we did see them go on well in the due course of the week. At the same time, today being a Thursday, you will be expecting the UEFA Europa League and the Conference League that will also be taking place. But before we get to that, allow me to start from home. And with the home, the inter-school ball games will be also kick-starting, according to that is the list and report that I'm getting right here. And this includes of course, these different secondary school games that will be taking place. Now, as I talk, the schools are in competition. They are trying so much to see that they have build-up games ahead of the encounter that is coming right through. And in the ball games that you're talking about, you have a couple of different sectors that you could want to talk about in there. So all in all, we shall be expecting a very long week that is coming. I'm meant to know that the reports, or what do I say, that the fields that are supposed to be used have not been confirmed, but only 3 pitches have yet gotten qualification for, that is, hosting these games. I remember most of the times these people say that they don't want to host games in places where there are going to be a lot of crowds due to 1 or 2 issues. One of them is the discipline of the game. Second is, of course, to make sure that limitation of the students is also in space. Now, I'm told one place that is rumored to be qualified for this is the Salim Saleh grounds, and then you could be expecting Elifra playgrounds. That will also be one ground that these games shall be hosted. And then there used to be Michu, but I'm told Michu this time round has not beat the qualification. We're yet to see how that will be. But those are some of the names that I have just gotten in there. But we've seen several times places like Michu, places like Pokea Seminary have always been hosting this game. So what exactly will this be like? And even Mvara Secondary School, we have seen their grounds have always also been hosting some of these games. So we shall be expecting to see a couple of things happen in the due course of the days that we're expecting. So by Tuesday, we'll be waiting to see how these games kick off. But by today or tomorrow, the reports will be coming through to see that whether to confirm the pitches that are going to be available for usage right there. Now, when we leave that intact about the pitch and the rest of the issue, organization wise, of course, the team's also looking very okay. I've seen schools try to play, have build-up games here and there. Talk about Oshindi, talk about Ombachi, and they're all in action. But do you know how the groupings are, and do you know how interesting these games shall be? That's another big question someone will want me to probably tell you. But if you look at all this, there's Group A, which has a couple of names that are right there. I have in front of me here the groupings of these schools. Now, in the boys category, I have a lot that is happening. In the Group A, we have Mvara SS that will be right alongside Arua Islamica. Then Excel Global, and not forgetting St. Peter's Alia, that is also another name that is coming in through. Then Kings and Queens, not forgetting Pop, of course, Pop Paul SS, that is also right there. Then Group B has that is Nile High. Then they have Tarantino SS. They also do have Awara SS, Awara College, Manibe Public SS, and not forgetting Michu Secondary School. And then of course there's LC1 that is also there. So that means when we talk about LC1, that is late comer 1 that would be coming right there. So that's what you should be hoping in case another team registers, because there are supposed to be registrations that should take place. So any other team that registers later will be coming in as the LC1 or the late comer 1. In Group C, you have Arua Town SS, you have Latibo SS, you have Pokea Seminary, you have Soma SS, not forgetting of course the St. Joseph's College Ombachi, and late comer 2 that probably could be coming right there. So the LC2 is what I'm talking about. This is how it is. Then Group D has Arua SS, and then they have Old Saints, and then Standard College, not forgetting St. Michael's Odramachako, and then Arua Public SS. So these are the games that will be coming for, that is Arua City or Arua City secondary school ball games that will be coming right there. Of course, I was talking to Apango, and the organizers, they are like, yes, this time around they don't want to make any mistake. They're going to be expecting a lot of things come through. Of course, talk about the discipline, talk about security, and a lot of entertainment that will be coming from these games. The discipline of the game is a very big one, but of course the way they want it to run is also another thing that they're going to be pushing hard to see that it works out. So we're expecting a tight and a very big game. Of course, they will be having orientation. They're going to be having talks again and again with the sports teachers of these different schools to see that they achieve the target in their issues of fightings, issues of the rest of the things, things that they really want to eliminate from here. And then of course being in an action where you're going to be expecting a lot of challenges, you're going to be expecting fights, you're going to be expecting a lot of different things. So that's one thing that I can confirm to you this very afternoon about the forthcoming, of course, secondary school ball games right there. So expect to see a lot of things, expect to see maybe challenges that probably could be coming, but we are waiting to see how this will be coming in for the games. That is one thing. And also girls are going to be there. There's the girls football that will also be taking place, so girls are also involved in their parties in the school football. Remember, ever since the girls football has been introduced, some schools have taken it positive amongst themselves to say that they perform. That's one big interesting point that you could be coming. Okay, when we move on from there, regional league still continues, and yesterday I did tell you that there are some games that were on card, games that could not really work out because we did see teams like Arua City Football Club. Yes, that was here at home, but it was not an easy one. Not an easy one. Arua City were beaten still yet again, which is something everyone would want to ask questions about. What is the problem happening with Arua City Football Club? Because Arua City had its game with Alpha Rising Stars, and Alpha had to not Alpha. In fact, they are having their Alpha game coming soon, but they had that game yesterday at their own home at Police Grounds and couldn't really win the game yesterday. So we're expecting a tough contest between the sides of course, Arua City and Alpha is the next trip that they are going to. Because if you look at Arua City against Pakwach Youngsters, that was a tight game. We expected maybe them being home would be an upper hand to see that they overcome Pakwach Youngsters. But still, Pakwach had to get the best out of them. 2-0 was the scoreline to their own grounds at Police Grounds. That means that the team is really doing very terrible. I don't know what Aloro is doing. I don't know what exactly is coming in there, but he needs to pull up his stockings to see that the team survives whatever way it has to do. That is a terrible one, a very bad one. If you look at that is Total Football Club that also had a game yesterday. They played against the team of Andruvu. Andruvu is from Maracha. They were also beaten by 4-0. Andruvu was beaten, and goals that came in from that is Adnan and then Taban, not forgetting Adaku, and of course Abui, who of course got into the score sheet in the 67th minute. So barely 3 minutes they scored 2 goals in that is the games. So it gives that courage over how exactly Total is looking forward to see that they need to get to the Star Times Uganda Premier League, and the contest is still high. They had to get themselves that win at that is their grounds in there. So it was so tight, and a tight game means that you really have to push and make sure that things go rightly their way. Koboko Rising Stars had traveled to Divine Palace, a game that of course Odamachaku won after of course a tight encounter. I did tell you that it was going to be a tight game, but Odamachaku still proved saying that they are still their pitch there is a virgin one. They have not lost any regional league game, by the way, at Odamachaku, apart from a Uganda Cup game that they played with Soltilo Bright Stars last year, and they were beaten right there by Soltilo Bright Stars. So this time round, not even a regional league team has beaten them at that is their Divine Palace ground. So it's so big for them. Going there, you should go with the mind of knowing that yeah, it is a high time that you're going to face challenges and see how things work out. So that is how exactly the games are. So we're expecting the games returning probably with a lot of expectations from different stakeholders, with also different other things. But there's also that game that was between Paida United, not Paida, but Padea Rising, and Padea Rising will be tussling it out against, tussled it out against Kuluva. They had to beat Kuluva by 2-0, and this is a very big one. And there are questions that are coming through for about that is fans of that is Kuluva Rainbow. They are also having a lot of moments in there. So there's because of the loss yesterday, I can confirm to you that Kuluva Rainbow is calling for a meeting with stakeholders. According to the stakeholders here, the letter I've just received shows that the club chairman is needed in the meeting, club CEO, the treasurer, coaches and trainers, team captains and players, executive members and committee members, supporters, club representatives, sponsors and partners have been invited for this game. So it is going to be a very tight one. That game, this will be on 8th. That is going to be, I think, a Saturday, where they will be having in there. They have their PRO by the names of Bob, who, of course, has put this up. And, of course, a copy has been sent to West Nile TV WHISTLETIME desk. This is going to be a very interesting one. So, for you who is right there, there's a meeting going to be going ahead out of all whatever that will be right there. So this meeting is to take place on 8th. So for those who are watching and you know you're supposed to be in this meeting, please turn up, because it's a call for all of you to come and see whatever that you need to do right there. Of course, the next stop is going to be a very big game where Nebi Central will have to travel to Paida United. Nebi Central, after the team of Kuluva losing, they now bridge that gap to 6 points still between them and Kuluva. And on Sunday, they are going to be playing against Paida United, who are also in the race because they are at number 3. So Paida United, could they still make sure that the heights or the level or the distance or the gap between them and Nebi Central still continues in that manner? That is one question that every other person is going to be asking. But it's going to be a tight game, and it's still going to be a game of battle between all the teams that are supposed to achieve qualifications right there. So this game will be at King's Stadium at the home of Paida United, and a lot of things that will be coming. The rescheduled fixtures for that is match day 14 have also come through with Alpha Rising Stars taking on Arua City. This is going to be on Sunday. Then you have Ottoman that will take on Androvo. It is also going to be on Sunday at Boma Grounds. On Tuesday instead, Odramachako Central will be taking on Nyangiria Super Eagles at Divine. That is going to be the game. This was released yesterday, and it's still a challenge to look into. Now, at the same time, Kiriandongo has a regional league side, has also regional league games going on, but I can confirm to you the rate at which these clubs, these player clubs and the rest are withdrawing is so much. Now, Kiriandongo United FC has also withdrawn from the regional league, or from the Chitara regional league, due to that is integrity concerns. This report was, of course, I can give you that a clue by that is Amuna Sports, and now the Ugandan-based Kiriandongo has also pulled out. Now, I don't know what is happening because there are a lot of things I tried getting in there. Now there's Kiriandongo United, but there was also another team that had pulled out of the regional league. So it gives a question of, is this safe? Is this region going to be okay? Is it having all those things? A lot of things that probably will be coming in there. So the decision made with the great disappointment comes in there. And in that, their statement that they are frustrated and a lot of things are happening, they will not want to be, of course, part of this, citing a series of ongoing issues regarding fairness and transparency, in that is the competition, that it's not doing well. They say no, the decision, they really feel they should pull out. So that means there is a favoritism. That's why I said some time back, you shouldn't really have a lot of things. Treat every other team like your team. Yeah, treat every other team like your team. That's where you will be seeing, of course, the betterness of all these games that will be coming. Now, Kiriandongo has said no, for us we can't continue, and that is what we are going to be doing. So it's so big that they have, it's so big, but of course so disappointing, and for those football lovers that this has happened probably at this moment. Let me get to some of the out of that is sports, out of football, but looking into what exactly is happening. The new 2025 kits for that is the Ginger Hippos is out, and the replica is out. They have gotten to see that this is going to be a very good one for them to push very much. So it's a lot that we're expecting, but this is after there's the Rugby Premiership match week 8 that will be continuing. Now, as I talk, there are a lot of things that have come through to see that games go on with, of course, a letter that was addressed to, that is the tournament chairman and the tournament manager, Black Pirates RFC, and the Thunderbirds FC, Hippos chairman Joshua Wakabi, and then of course that confirmed that the club's reserve side would not be able to face Black Pirates reserve on Saturday 8th because of one or two things. In an additionally, there was also an affiliate team that came through, the Nile Rapids, which will of course also be unable to honor their fixtures against, of course, Thunderbirds RFC due to that is unforeseen financial constraints that have come through over that is the last 12 months, according to the reports coming right there. Ginger Hippos Rugby Club, that means finds itself in a position where, of course, they are unable to proceed with the planned games that is said to be. So Wakari stated in his letter saying this is going to be so hard to see it there. And this decision was made lightly and have explored all possible revenues to avoid the outcome right there. So this was what the boss or the chairman came out saying and expressing, of course, regards over the disruption that has been caused, and assured that the club remains committed to fulfilling fixtures once their financial situations are stabilized. So they have pulled off that is Ginger, but of course the senior men's side, the Ginger Hippos will honor all their fixtures starting with this Saturday away to that is Pirates at that is Park Arena in Bweyo Gerere, according to reports coming in. And of course, this is so challenging. Financial constraint is one factor that is affecting the sports discipline. It's not only in rugby, it's not only in football. Now you can see the rugby is also being affected. This time from Jan to this has not been a very good year. Very much aware that money issues are very hard all over that is the country, and it's still pushing every other person. So yeah, this is what they have decided, saying that okay, for the betterment of this, our junior team is not going to be performing or honoring those fixtures because we don't have the money. They have come out so open, that is the Ginger Hippos, saying this is going to be affecting them. But all in all, if you look at even the situations that are happening, even some of the clubs could be facing all this, but yeah, they are saying no. But anyway, with that, I can still give you a tip of the rugby championship, rugby premiership match week 8 fixtures, including Eagles that will be taking on Walukuba. This game will be at Kings Park at 2 p.m. Then you have Pirates that will be taking on Ginger Hippos. That game will be at Kings Park at 4 p.m. Then you also have the Cobs that will be taking on Elgon Wolves at Legends Ground at 2 p.m. And then Bongas will be taking on Heathens at Entebbe at 4 p.m. Whereas Victoria Sharks will be welcoming Rhinos. That game will be at Chadondo Grounds at 4 p.m. And you have the Warriors that will be taking on the Buffaloes at Legends Ground at 4 p.m. So all these games will be happening in the world of that is rugby. You expect to see, of course, a lot of things that come in there. Now, Watenga's Arrow also frustrated Onyango's Mamelodi Sundown in a very big encounter right there. Now, of course, the Cranes goalkeeper Ismail Watenga, I can tell you, he plays for his team called Arrows, all the Golden Arrows. They picked a precious point against, of course, Uganda's counterpart. I'm talking about Mamelodi Sundowns premiership. Yeah, it was a very big one. That is against Mamelodi Sundowns. Both Watenga and Onyango started for their respective clubs at that is the Mpumalanga Stadium yesterday. Yesterday, as of course they were held to a 1-1 draw, causing another setback to that is Masandawana, who of course is the man, and this is going to be a title race that they're supposed to. Now it's a challenge. Now Watenga was of course the alert for that is Arrows to avoid of course a loss at that is their home, because he had a lot of saves that he made, crucial saves to deny of course the Flying Sundowns, and including of course one of which he was denying in the last minute, and while Onyango captained of course their team Mamelodi Sundown, but of course still things did not go well. They had to make that draw over the season, having of course also won 18 times. I can tell you 18 times, and lost only just only twice in 21 appearances, but they couldn't get it against Watenga's Arrow side in there. So exactly, it was a very big one. But if you look at what exactly happened, second place to Orlando Pirates. For them, they are 39 points right now and have played 17 matches so far. That's 4 games less than, of course, the defending champions. They still have another chance to push in there. And, of course, the current table leader, Sundown, have 55 points. So if you play the 4 and make sure that you win something, maybe you could be closer to this. But if Pirates can pick maximum 12 points, I can assure you from that is their games, it would definitely pile more pressure on that is the defending champions. I'm talking about Mamelodi Sundown, as the gap would be reduced to just 4 points in there. So they are looking at, oh, this is not the right thing, because the Arrows on Wednesday that result meant a very big one, and that means that the 11th position, and that is the 16th log over this game. But of course 21 points from 17 games that they have played, and they have accumulated 21 points, so it's right there, comprising of 5 wins, 6 draws, and not forgetting, of course, 6 losses to their name. If you do that calculation, you will see that you're already into this. At that is this moment, we could be expecting a lot of a challenge and of course moments in right there. Now we take a break. When I come back, I'll be coming back with some of the more of the continental and international stories that